Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, thank you for coming by. I do appreciate you stopping by to watch and take the time to watch this video. This is a channel where I write and create fantasy and bring it into the physical world. For those who are returning subscribers, thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. I know my channel's been up and down a lot lately, and I ask for your forgiveness. But today I want to talk about my Kickstarter. Yes, I have a Kickstarter. It's my third time around, but hey, practice makes perfect, I guess. So the premise of my Kickstarter is I want to make myself a writing studio outside of the house. I want to make my muse, if you will. So, and the whole reason of this is because I need the space. Inside the house, there's 5 of us in here, and we all don't fit doing our little hobbies. So I figured I will take my stuff out and put it in a place where me and my boys can go be creative. So the idea of having this muse, this place, this studio away from my house, is to create a place where it is solely about creating and being creative. For example, my boys, they like to play with Legos and they like to build models, and that's a creative activity. So they need a space where they can do that, because the kitchen table no longer suffices for that issue. So I'm going to be doing all that out there. I have a 12 by 20 space set up for this, and I plan to build it out accordingly. So my idea of how it's going to be laid out. So one wall of the shed is going to be a bookshelf for books, and I might even open up a little section area for indie authors. I will probably bring up the details about that. It'll be solely for indie authors. Any of my friends who are indie authors will get a space on that shelf. I won't have a lot of space, so I can't accept 1,000 of them. Sorry. But there will also be a space for a gaming table. I'll probably be either I make a gaming table or I'll buy one, probably from Goodwill or something. And it has to be like a dining table size, because the idea of that would be to have D&D sessions with my family, with my boys, my friends, and also a space where I could play Warhammer, which is, a futuristic battles game. And I need a space to put my models and stuff. And like I said, the kitchen table, I have a game set up, and the wife's like, hey, it's dinner time. So then I have to put it all away. So this being out there, I could have a mat laid out, all my buildings laid out, and I won't have to move it because it won't be in our family space area. So that'll be the idea for that table. Also, we'll have our gaming our gaming stuff out there, like the Monopoly, the Risk, the Clue, the Guess Who, all those board games. So whenever we have a lot of family over, the boys can go out there and play games. That's the idea. So I'm also planning to make this a 2-story kind of thing. So there'll be a stairs going up. On the second floor will be where we do our modeling, where we do our creative activities with Legos and that kind of stuff. And whatever the boys, like, they have projects for school they need to make, that's where they'll go out there and do it. And I'll have a space for myself where I will sit down and actually do my writing. And I will be set up in a way to where it will help me to produce more books and to produce more story, more backstory, and maybe even craft more items from my fantasy world will happen on that space. So that's kind of like the idea of what I'm gonna use it for. Oh, and also a good space to do videos. You won't be seeing this anymore. Instead, you'll probably be seeing maybe a bookshelf or something. So that's the idea, to incorporate all of that in there in one spot. It'll be a sacred place kind of thing. There won't be any cross-pollination of my life with that. So I'll be separating it completely. So when it comes to actually the interior design of the thing, I've already have poured this concrete slab. The company I used was Rock Solid. They're here in Phoenix. Awesome company. So yeah, good props to them. And then I already stamped it with a medieval brick kind of pattern. So whenever I go through and I stain it and I put a wet sealant on it, I'll probably be making videos on how I did this, hopefully. Hopefully if things go right. So I'll put a wet sealant so it'll look like a wet stone. And on the interior, it will look like a 1400s medieval tavern slash gentleman's club kind of thing. I'm gonna have wainscoting all the way up to probably about 4 foot off the ground. I'll be doing that, as well as having crown molding on it. I will have bookshelves that look like they came from that era. I will try to find some anyway. They're not cheap, I'll tell you that right now. So I might even have to make them or finagle my way around it to actually make them look like they're from that era. And then I have a poll on my broadcast channel on Instagram on what they wanted to see on the walls. Because when I'm done with the whole thing, I'm gonna do a big tour of it and show what I've done. I'm gonna have little shields with weapons on them. So that's the poll so far. So if you guys haven't found my broadcast channel on Instagram, I'll put a link in the description so you go check out that poll and cast your vote if you want. Because there's also the other option is either have a dragon's head or want-up posters or just plain houses from my book. Because actually, it's another idea. I kind of want to do that where I have shields with the houses painted on them. It'll take me a little time, but I could probably do it and have them mounted. So that's the idea for the interior, and that's gonna carry from the bottom to the top. So it's gonna be similar from 2 different floors. So that's the idea of what I'm gonna do with my writing area. I figure if I build it out like that, it will create a theme to where I can follow it and be the writer that I want to be for my fantasy world. So that's what I'm planning on doing. If you guys would like to be a part of it, the link to my Kickstarter will be below. If you guys just want to share the link, that's great too. It helps me out. And thank you for coming by my video and watching. I know it's running a little long, but I do appreciate all you guys' support with all the stuff that's been going on. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe. And as always, stay being creative.